Hi guys, welcome back. This is now issue 84 of Build Your Own Star Wars R2D2. Okay, so I'm not going to lie, I've been really looking forward to this issue, but I'm also really nervous at the same time. Any of you who are watching that are on the Facebook group, a lot of people have had issues with this, where the arms are sort of not shutting properly and they're sort of jerking about. So, and then I don't really know what the answer is, so I think it's different for everyone, but I think it's a position of some of the linkages and things. So we'll see how this turns out. Let's see if we can crack this first time. And yeah, so let's go down and crack on with the build. So I'm going to open up the parts, we'll check off everything in there, make sure we're all good to go. So this is all the parts nicely in this package here. So I'm going to carefully open this. Look at all these. Okay, so we've got just move that out of the way. Okay, so we've got the upper arm and the lower arm. Now there's a known problem with these. One says BP50, which is probably quite difficult for you to see, and one says BP51. Okay, let me just adjust the camera. So in the magazine it says BP50 and then it also says BP42, 42 being the lower arm. What it is 50 is 50, that is correct. So BP50 is like the one in the magazine, and then BP51 is actually labelled as 42 in the magazine. Okay, so that is the first parts. You've got the left 48 is the left pivot mount, and it does say on there BP48. These are directional because this one is the right hand pivot mount, and that does say BP49 on the front there. So they are directional. Oh, we've got a double crank. Well, hey, okay, a double crank. Oh, we've got a single crank. Oh, where's that then? Is that under there? Can't seem to find the single. Oh, is it under here? I was getting worried then. Ah, there it is. Okay, so we've got a single crank. I was just thinking, oh no, missing part. Motor cover. We've got the top, which is this one here, 45, and then we've got the base, which is 46. Okay, and they are different parts. We've also got the clutch lever. So that is the clutch lever. The clutch back plate. Which is this circular part here. We get the this is the clutch back plate. There's so many parts on the magazine, I'm getting confused. That is the clutch back plate, and that is the clutch. Okay. This is the clutch pressure plate. We've got two pivots. And these are the same. 1 and 2. We've got a long con rod. And then we've also got a short con rod. Okay. And then also we get a motor, and is that oil? Mine is dripping in oil, which is hopefully a good thing. It's just on the, it's all round here, so we know that it's been oiled well. So that is all the parts. So we've got the motor, all the parts, so let's crack on. So for this issue, I'm missing a piece. 4 pivot pins. I don't know what's wrong with me today. We've got these very small plastic pivot pins. And that is everything now, promise. So, take the upper arm BP50. Okay, so take the one that is marked BP50. You want the double crank, well, hey, there you go. Double crank. One of the two pivots, so it's one of these pieces here. And what else do we want? We want a 6mm self-tapping screw. Brilliant. So the first thing it wants us to do is take this you want to hold it so that you're looking at the recess underneath where it says BP50, and then as you're looking at that, this is going to go in from the right. Now there's a keyway on there, a 3-way. You've got 2 slits opposite, and then you've got one up here. As you can see, well, it's difficult. This camera's getting worse and worse every week of trying to focus it. I don't know if you can see that. If you look down it, you've got the same pin layout. You've got one on the top, just on the edge here, and then you've got 2 either side. So as you're looking at it from the recess in there, you want to go in from the right hand side, pop that in, and that will go all the way through, and then that stops. And actually, if you look at this, let me just take a look, that will only go in one way anyway because of the pin layout, so you will find that will fit one way. Okay, once that's in, we're going to get the double crank, and then that is going to fit on, and that will only go on one way because of the it's got like a keyway on there. So that's the key, and then there's the lock, and then you've got a pit, the slit at the top that will line up. And once you've got all that in place, we're going to take the 6mm self-tapping screw and then fix that from the hole just underneath there. Brilliant. So I'm happy with that. And then you need to push that aside, and then we're going to do the same for the remaining arm. So we're going to need that. We're only going to have a single crank this time, and then we're going to have the pivot pin. Again, we're going to line the pivot pin up in the side with the 3 cutouts. That will fit nicely into place. Okay, and then we're going to attach the single pivot, and again we're going to use one of the self-tapping screws to secure that in that hole underneath. Okay, I'm really happy with the way that's gone. So next we're going to be building the clutch. So we're going to need the clutch itself, which is this round piece, the back plate, and then we're also going to need the pressure plate. And then we're going to need 2 of the 6mm fixing screws. So we're going to pop this together. The clutch is going to fit into the back plate, and I don't know if it matters, but the magazine shows, I don't know if you can just see that, there's 2 bobbly bits on the left and the right hand side. They are next to the holes either side, so I am going to copy the magazine just so I know that's all right. And then obviously you've got like a keyway. Let me just adjust this focus again. I think it's a bit too bright for you to see. Good. Well, bear with me, guys. I need to sort this the camera and the lighting out in here because it's really really annoying. You can see that, there you go. You've got like a shape bit, so again each of those it's like a double key will face outwards towards the holes, and then the knot balls next to the holes. That's how the magazine's showing, so that's how I'm going to do it. Okay, once we've done that, we're just going to take the pressure plate, and that's just going to fit over the top like so. And then we're going to fix that in with the 2 6mm screws. So that's one side in, and then I'm just going to do that on the other side. should have something that looks like that. Okie doke. So the next step, assembling the clutch linkage. So first we need to take the clutch we've just assembled, and then we're going to put the clutch lever on, and again there's a cutout under there which will marry up with that. Okay, so that's just going to fit on the top like so. And then we're going to secure that into place with another 6mm screw. Just through this middle hole here. And there we go. And then we have something that looks like that. That is now secured into place. So now we're going to be working with some pins. So we need to turn this clutch plate assembly over. Oh, that's okay. I'm just checking that that is in a bit of movement, but that's actual inside there, so that's fine. So we're going to turn this upside down like this, and I think this is very important, the way these go on. We're going to push one of the pins upwards through one of the holes, so I'm going to start with this one on the right. And this is going to be very difficult. Ah, there you go. Okay, that was quite hard work to get that through. So one pin is going to fit in like so. And then we're going to take one of the con rods, it doesn't matter which one at this stage, and then that is going to go on top. So you push the pin through from the bottom, and then one of the con rods is going to push fit on top. Like so. And then we should have something that looks like that. Okay, we're going to do the same on the other side. So again, we're going to just swizzle this round, put the peg through the bottom, like so, and then we're going to attach the other rods to the other side. And then that should click into place, and then we should have something that looks like that. So we've got a long one on one side, and then obviously the shorter one on the other side, and they do free move. Okay, once we've done that part, this is where it gets a little bit confusing. So take lay them out like this. The lower arm goes onto the right. So we need to lay this out so the lower arm is on the right, which is 51. Okay, and then this arm, which is the top one, it's got the double crank on, that goes to the left. I'm going to try and do this as, so left, right, so that's the top and the lower. It says we need to fit this in such a position so it's going to look something so that's going to go up like that, and then that's going to go something like that. It wants us to lay it out to look like that, and I think that's maybe where some people may have gone wrong, because when you fit this into the panel, I think it needs to look like this. So you need to locate BF42, which is the longer con rod, and then we're going to place one of the pins down through the top as you're looking at it this way. Okay, and then it's going to look like that. And then that is going to go down through the single crank. And this is a thumb killer. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So, important, we've done that side, we've put the pin through the longer con rod and then into the single crank. The other side, it wants us to put the pin through the double crank first. Easier said than done, but we'll have a go. These are really difficult to get through. I didn't expect them to be as tight as they are, and I am struggling. It is really, really difficult. They're so strong, but I suppose they need to be. Nearly. It just slipped and only one side went through. So it got it. Oh, okay. So once that pin goes down through the double crank, we can then attach it to the smaller conrad from the top. Okay, and then we should have something that looks a little like that. Everything is all connected up. So next we need 4 of the 6mm screws, black screws. And we need the front panel. And then we need to turn the panel round. I'm going to move the camera again so you can see what is going on. This camera's mounts on its way out. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to push these arms through the 2 openings on the panel here. So you've got one on that side, and then one on the other side. Okay, and then it's going to just sit nicely, and then we'll fit into place like so. And then what we want to do once they're all lined up, we're going to get the pivot mount, and then we're going to pop that on each side of them. So BP48 is going to go on the upper arm on the left, and that'll fit in like so. And then that will fit in nicely, and it's sort of got some pressure when you push that on, so that it doesn't just fall out. Okay, once that's all square and lined up, we're going to then put 2 of the 6mm screws through each of those holes. So you've got one there and then one just over there. There we go, I'm happy that is all in. Lovely. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So we're going to take BP49, that's going to go on the lower arm. On the right hand side. Again, I've just put that into place, and as you can see, there's still a big gap there. It takes a little bit of work in to get that in to fit, because as I say, it's like a pressure fit. So just keep doing it until that all lines up. There we go. And then that will fit flush. And then we're going to put the remaining 2 screws, 6mm screws, into those holes like we did before on the left and the right, and that will just keep those into place. happy with that. They are all in. And then we look from the back. Okay, so the next step after that, we're going to be assembling and fitting the motor. So we're just going to put this to one side for the moment, and then we're going to turn our attention on the motor. So we're going to need the motor cover, the motor base, Right, so this is where we need 2 of those tiny little screws. These little tiny ones, we're going to need 2 of those. And then we're also going to need 6 of the 6mm, standard 6mm screws. So I ran out in the pot, so I've had to just get one from previously. So there we go, I've got 6 now. Okay, so what we need to do is take the motor and I don't think it matters which way this goes in, but they've got it. I'm doing it like for like. The motor is going to slot, come back down. Six of those, yeah. So the motor is going to slot into the cover and go through the hole at the end. And the magazine shows that the positive red wire is to the right hand side. I don't think it matters because that will go in anyway, but for the purpose of this, and seeing as there's been so many problems with people, I'm going to do this exactly how I see it. So that slid in with the positive wire on the right hand side. Secure the motor with those 2 silver screws. These are absolutely tiny, but they're going to go in the 2 screws on the end. So that is one. I've just loosened the other one off slightly because it wasn't lining up. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's okay. It's not the best fit. But that is in now, so that'll be fine. Okay, so I've got the 2 screws in the end there, and then next we're going to put the cover on. And I'm just seeing if this is directional. Yes, it is. So inside, you've got an arrow just on the back there. That is going to face where the output of the motor is, so that'll go on like that. Okay, and then we're going to secure that with 2 of the 6mm screws. One either side in the middle holes. So one here and then we want one on the other side. that is the motor assembly put together. Next we need to take the panel. It wants us to offer the motor up into the hole in the top of this unit, and it's a D shape, as you can see, and that will fit with the shape of the motor. And then that is going to fit onto the 4 posts that are sticking out through the unit. Just like so. So it's from that side and that side. And then we're going to secure that into place with 4 more of those screws. So I'm going to do one in the bottom corner. And then the opposite corners. There we go, and then we've got the 6 screws in there, like so. And now we can test, and I'm just hoping that mine works. So let's take a little look. So we need to wire all this in again. So again, we want the test board that was in issue 53, not the smaller one. We want the larger one. We also want this large control board again. Again, we're going to wire this up with the yellow, orange, red and brown wire in this end connection here. And then this blue cable, the orange, yellow, green and blue, will go next to it. As we did previously. Okay, and then we're going to take the motor cable and the motor cable is going to fit into this is quite complicated. Well, into the sensor board, the larger one. You can't see anything. I'm so sorry about the camera angles today. Okay, the motor is going to go into this second hole along the top. Like so. and then that wires that up. And then hopefully we're going to turn this all on, and then using the buttons, I'm hoping you push one of them, they open, and then we push the other one and it shuts, and I'm really happy with that. Look at that, first time. So yeah, brilliant stuff. I was sort of a bit apprehensive because so many people have had issues with this. And from the back, if you want to see how that's looking, okay, so that was it for issue 84. Sorry it was a little bit of a slow one. There was quite a lot of information to read in that, and I wanted to make sure that those arms are right, and I think I'm aware that the camera might have gone out off pace a bit. I apologise for that, but no, I'm pleased it's working. The arms work, first time, thumbs up. All I can say really is, I mean, everything went to plan. Just double check your magazine, look at the pictures carefully, don't rush it, and make sure the linkages are in the right place. Just go by the pictures, and yeah, just be extra vigilant really, and then you shouldn't have a problem. So yeah, that's it from me. Until next week, please like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and if you wish to buy me a coffee, there is a link in the description below. For now though, take care, and I'll see you next week.